Hi there, my name's Carmen Lizaswain from Switch On Health, and welcome to tonight's free webinar on the Australian Homoeopathic Association, or AHA. So if you're watching this live, please do stick around for comments and questions at the end. Feel free to pop any questions in the chat box as we go. We're excited to announce that there will be a draw for a $50 credit from us here at Switch On Health for one lucky attendee. So this can go towards your next enrolment, whether it be your current course of study, or you might like to do one of our short courses. And Anne does have a very exciting giveaway for all participants who stay for the entirety, and I'll let her tell you about that. If you are watching this on YouTube, you're welcome to pop any questions you've got into the comments box below, and we promise to get back to you. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you like what we do, please do click on the subscribe button, because the more subscribers we have, the more we can offer, and we look forward to offering you more. So tonight, I'm very happy to be joined by Anne Manning of the AHA. So Anne is the president of the AHA. We are very lucky to have her present an introduction to the AHA for us tonight. So the AHA is the recognised peak body and public voice of homeopathy in Australia. And through its leadership, it promotes, supports and protects quality homeopathic care. So Anne, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I will hand it over to you.
Thank you, Carmen. And welcome everyone. So nice you're here. Even if I can't see your shining faces, I'm aware of your presence here. So yes, as Carmen said, I'm Anne Manning. I'm currently serving as the National President of the AHA. And can I say, we're really grateful to Switch On Health for this opportunity to tell you something about the AHA, and also really grateful for you for your interest in homeopathy and in this presentation. So let's begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and pay our respects to elders past and present. And so Carmen has stolen my thunder. The statement, the AHA is the recognised peak body and public voice of homeopathy in Australia. So, but what I understand is that it's the largest and I believe the only national association of professional homeopaths in Australia. And the AHA was formed in the late 1990s, by merging several state organisations, with the understanding that by representing homeopathy nationally, we can better serve the interests of practitioners and also of the profession. And we still have state branches as an integral part of the organisation. So yes, the key roles of the AHA is to promote homeopathy, to support both practitioners and the profession, and to protect both the profession of homeopathy and our practitioners. And in this presentation, I'll share with you some of the ways in which this is done. So first, ways that the AHA supports the profession, supports its members. The AHA offers a wide range of opportunities for professional development and for connection amongst homeopaths. So we have a national webinar program. There's 5 series a year usually on a wide range of topics, with a wide range of international and local presenters. Every 3 years we hold a national conference, usually in a capital city. I don't know if any of you were able to attend the most recent conference last November, which was held in Brisbane. And it was a really joyous event. I mean, it was a great opportunity to learn from one another, but it was also just so uplifting to connect with our tribe and to just be all together in the one space. So we also have 5 state branches, and these branches variously offer webinars. They offer local workshops and seminars, and also social events. Some are online. The New South Wales and Victorian branch both offer regular online Let's Chat sessions. And then there can be in-person gatherings too, sometimes picnics, sometimes in cafes, sometimes just in someone's home. An opportunity to just get together and talk homeopathy without necessarily a particular topic in mind. The AHA also offers education and information to members on matters relevant to practice, and we encourage member participation at all levels of the organisation. So an example of this is most recently we needed some support from people to review journal articles. And so an email bulletin went out to all members, and a group of people we hadn't even considered for the role responded. Most homeopaths, I'm sure it's true for you as students too, this is at least a second career. So there's a rich pool of talents that we have to draw on. And I really observed too that members get great satisfaction from being able to contribute to the AHA and to support homeopathy in Australia. And finally, one other thing the AHA does is really try to respond if members give us input. If they've got concerns or questions or just ideas, we do our best to respond appropriately. So the other aspect of the AHA's work is to represent homeopathy to the community and to government. So government agencies and other regulatory bodies. So one aspect of this is to actively support the growth and integration of homeopathy into Australia's healthcare system. So there's a government review into healthcare rebates for natural therapies going on, and the AHA has a representative for homeopathy on that board. The AHA also provides political and governmental representation regarding issues affecting the homeopathic profession. You may, I trust you've all heard about the NHMRC report into homeopathy in 2015, which has really been laid to rest thanks to the AHA's intervention. And also more recently, the Therapeutic Goods Administration was threatening to declare that homeopathic medicines were non-therapeutic. I don't know if you realise that would basically mean couldn't put yourself out there as a therapist because you don't, you know, it was a shocking proposal, and it was through the AHA's intervention that this wasn't put through. And another role the AHA has is in establishing collaborative relationships within the complementary healthcare sector, so with other organisations looking after other aspects of complementary medicine, and also providing education and information to the public. So an example of this is that a few years back, AHA initiated a consumer campaign called Your Health, Your Choice, which was to lobby for more benefits for natural therapies. And the other natural therapies organisations were brought into this, as well as the public, and it attracted over 100,000 registrants. It's fantastic. So the AHA is a not-for-profit association. It's run by elected professional members, and it has one full-time and one part-time employee. These are administrators who look after the running of things. But all committee members are volunteer professional members who are just passionate about sustaining the homeopathic community. And I've been actively involved with the AHA since 2017, which seems quite a long time to me now. And I was quite reluctant to start off with, but it's been the most invaluable experience. Currently, we've got an incredibly supportive and collaborative group of people involved. And I find a great comfort in knowing someone has your back no matter what comes up. And as we all have varied experience, each person brings a different set of skills and experience to the association. So when there's an issue to be resolved, the group can come up with creative solutions that one person on their own could ever imagine. And the reason I'm saying this is really to encourage you, even now as students, but definitely when you graduate, get involved in the AHA. It can be really rewarding. And now this is really describes the makeup of the AHA National Council, which is the governing body of the AHA. So as you can see, there's one representative from each of the state branches, and then we have 4 elected national representatives. And that little blue figure up the top is our student representative. And this was something we added to the National Council last year after recognising that we're getting more and more student members in the AHA, more and more people studying homeopathy in Australia, and we really wanted to have a student voice to inform National Council on matters relating to students. And has been really invaluable addition to our discussions. So for a minute, I want to talk about the AHA and ARO, the Australian Register of Homeopaths, because I think a lot of people find it quite confusing. What's the difference between the two, and why do we have these 2 separate bodies? So the role of ARO is to be a national register and self-regulation body for homeopathy in Australia. And it was founded in 1999. And this was following the federal government report that recommended that there should be effective and accountable structures to ensure that complementary medicine practitioners are qualified to a certain standard and also work within appropriate standards of ethical and professional behaviour, all this to safeguard consumers. So ARO has 2 main functions. It assesses the quality of courses, and assuming that the standard is acceptable, it accredits the course. And I assume you know that Switch On Health was accredited by ARO last year. And then the other role of ARO is to register professional members and ensure that they reach the standards required to be an effective practitioner. So meanwhile, the AHA business is to support homeopathic practitioners and to support the profession. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about the different levels of membership of the AHA. And as you can see, there are 5 different ways of being a member of the AHA. And we start with the most important one, which is student membership. And the best, well, I don't know if it's the best thing, but the one great thing about student membership of the AHA is it's free. I can't see your shining faces, but I trust maybe that you, some of you will already have signed up to a member of the AHA. And if you haven't, really encourage it, because you've got nothing to lose. And some of the benefits are getting discounted access to AHA webinars and other events. You get access to the members area on the AHA website that will contain really useful information, especially as you're moving into practice. And recently, I mean, we have formed a Facebook group for students. If maybe you've got enough Facebook group already through your college, but if you're interested, to check that out. And last year, as we were observing the number of students, the AHA initiated what we call a student buddy program. And in this, we invite the student members, if they're interested, to join, and we paired them up with a professional member with the idea that they could connect regularly and just talk about matters relating to practice, stepping into homeopathic practice. At the end of the year, we collated feedback from the people who participated in this program, and we're shortly going to launch Buddy System Part 2, and that's going to work slightly differently. We're going to have scheduled evening meetings which all student members are invited to, and we'll also have a number of professional members there. And the idea is that we form small breakout groups, maybe 3 or 4 students and a practitioner, and we can suggest a topic, but also I know that when you get 2 or 3 homeopaths in the same room, the conversation just takes off naturally. And it's an opportunity for you to share experiences, concerns, ask questions, etc. So if you've signed up as a student member, you'll be hearing more information about that shortly. And we'd also really love to know, what other support do students need, you know, in the realms beyond what you're gaining from just your studies and the support from your college. Okay. So the next level of membership is, our largest group, which is the professional members. And for professional members, there's so many benefits. Professional members can participate in webinars, workshops, live seminars at the conference at quite a significant discount. In most cases, it's 50%. We also have a Find My Homeopath listing on the AHA website, so members are encouraged and welcome to put their clinic details on that website. So it's a great way of people finding you as a homeopath. You can see that little, oh, I'm not pointing at it. In the middle of that slide, there's a little badge that we're just in the middle of producing and about to release to members. It's to go on websites and to go on stationery saying I'm a professional member of the AHA. Members also receive twice a year a hard copy of Similia, which is the AHA journal, and we also have a quarterly newsletter which goes out to all professional members. The AHA has also started producing these really beautifully designed brochures promoting different aspects of practice. One of them is just, what is homeopathy? But then we're taking them on to look at sort of areas that a lot of people are interested in. And these are available to practitioners that are professional members at a very reasonable price. We also offer advice and bulletin updates on issues relevant to practice. So on the website, in the members area, there's information including practice setup, insurance, and regulatory information. We have regular email bulletins going out to update people on any changes, any new information. And every few years, will there be a webinar, that gives information on current regulations, which seem to change regularly. And Tracy, who's our national administrator in the office, she's regularly taking calls and responding to emails from members asking for advice on different aspects of practice. The AHA also provides guidance and non-financial support to any professional member who's involved in any sort of dispute or complaint. And I can tell you there's a great comfort in those situations, those circumstances, having a whole organisation behind you. Professional members can also vote at the AGM. They can be members of branch committees. They get free advertising in the newsletter, and they're eligible to apply for an annual research grant. But we also offer general membership, and this is for really two different groups of people. The first one tends to be practitioners who may practice multimodalities. So they practice homeopathy, but also massage or kinesiology. Maybe they're a yoga teacher. And so they want to be registered through one organisation. And there are a number of organisations that will, cover multimodalities. But then these homeopaths sign up with the AHA as general members, basically because the AHA provides so much support to homeopaths, which you won't get from these larger multi-modality organisations. And then the other group are people who are not practitioners. So they're often fans of homeopathy who want to stay connected with what's happening in the homeopathic community. And this group also includes many retired practitioners, again, who want to just stay connected. So general members pay a lesser membership fee than professional members. They also get a less of a discount than professional members on the learning events and the conference. They'll still receive news bulletins. And again, they can purchase items produced by the AHA, such as the brochures, but they'll be paying a bit more for those brochures than the professional members. And again, general members have access to some website content, members' website content, plus the publications, the newsletter and the journal. Then we have allied membership. I've just quickly mentioned, because that's for homeopaths living and practicing overseas who've asked to be connected with the AHA because they want to also receive the benefits, some of the benefits we offer. And then we have corporate members, which will tend to be organisations, colleges, etc. There can be a mutual sharing of promotions and such. Now I want to talk a little bit more about the seminars, workshops and webinar programs, even though I know you don't need to really be attending any more webinars or anything at this stage, but as you graduate, you find you can keep extending your learning through the and one of the ways is through the programs the AHA offers. So we have seminars, we have workshops, we have webinars, and the whole purpose of these partly is to keep members at the cutting edge of modern homeopathy, and also to enhance your confidence as a practitioner and a business owner. So these hosted events focus on a variety of areas, which can include clinical practice, homeopathic theory such as materia medica and case management, compliance with government regulations, and also ways of establishing and growing your practice. And many of the webinars are recorded and then they're available to purchase through the AHA website shop. Oh, I went too fast then. And most events also attract CPD points to meet professional and registration requirements. Because I forgot to tell you this. I just want to jump back because the AHA professional members, I didn't say this, need to be registered with Arrow. And that really involves having qualified to that national standard, coming from a college that's certified with Arrow, that's a given. Also hold ongoing insurance, professional indemnity insurance and public liability insurance, hold a current first aid certificate, and undergo regular professional development, which is at least 20 hours of additional study each year. And there's also codes of conduct and ethics that practitioners are expected to uphold. So coming back to where we are with the seminars and workshops, yes, for every hour of seminar, workshop, webinar you attend, you get 1 CPD point. And I have to say, I've generally got about 80 or 90 CPD points each year because there's so much more to learn always as a practitioner, as a homeopath. And just to wind up, I want to talk a little bit about some of the projects we've got ongoing at the moment. The AHA website is about to be revamped. We're just getting quotes now to do that, and we'll make it a much more accessible and enjoyable platform to work on. The AHA is also actively involved in developing My Appointments practice management system, and this has been designed specifically for natural therapists. So it's a booking platform, an invoice platform. It's where you can store your case notes. If you have, if you sell products, you know, supplements, etc., you can record all of those there. And it also has a portal for online consultations. So it's a really exciting platform, and the AHA has been very much involved in the development of that. We're also busy at the moment receiving the feedback from the last conference and planning for the next one, which will be in 2026. I think it will be in Brisbane again. We're also maintaining relationships with international homeopathic bodies. And if you don't know about this, the AHA is a sponsor of a movie called Introducing Homeopathy. It's a beautifully, it's got a really high quality production, this movie, and its premiere is on Netflix on the 19th of April, so next month. So if you didn't know about that, keep your eye open for it. And here, just a few of our initiatives that have really been inspired by member feedback. Beginning of last year, the insurance companies had changed their way of asking people to put in their insurance, and a number of members were confused by this. So National Council took on this concerted project to approach all the insurance companies and really find out what their services were, what they would and wouldn't cover. And this was collated into a document which is now available on the AHA website. And another important project at the moment is our support for students. And I don't think I mentioned this already, but we're encouraging all the branches to put on physical examination workshops, because feedback we received was the one thing you can't do when you're studying online is physical examination. So I know the New South Wales branch has a physical examination workshop happening in August this year in Sydney. And yeah, if you really want something in your state and it's not happening, please put that in for feedback as well. Okay, so time for questions.
All right, thank you, Anne. What an amazing presentation. Yeah, thank you so much. It looks like you have such a beautiful, supportive, collaborative community. I would encourage all students to join. I love that you have the buddy system, and I love that you're doing everything to keep homeopathy alive and growing in Australia. Um, so what I might do is, if you're watching this live, we'll stop the recording in a moment and we'll open it up for questions. Remember that there will also be the draw for the $50 credit and Anne's prizes as well. If you are watching the recording, thank you for watching to the end, and learn more with Switch On Health.